Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Franklin from the Money Code Academy, and on today's video I want to share with you 9 ways to handle being broke. Now the idea behind this video is to encourage you and give you tips and tricks on how to handle that situation when you don't have money to spend. Now, this is something that you hardly hear today, but someone has to talk about it. It's all part of the financial freedom journey. And so I made up my mind, I'm going to share with you some of these few tips that will help you to be able to scale through in case you find yourself that you are broke. Now, if today is your first time of watching, I would like you to subscribe to this channel, smash the bell button so that the next time I post a new video, you will be the first to receive it. Now, quickly, let's get right into it. Being broke, I've come to understand, is nothing new. But the issue is, being broke is not a challenge. The challenge is, what do you do when you are broke? Recently, I saw a particular news about a rich billionaire who somehow got into a lot of debt. He became very, very broke. He was struggling financially. And at the end of the day, he committed suicide. And the only reason he may have done that is because he didn't know what else to do. And that's the reason I really want to share these few thoughts. I know it will encourage somebody out there, and if any part of the video resonates with you, don't forget to drop me a comment. So the first thing that I wrote down here on how to handle being broke is that you've got to understand that being broke is not the end of the world. You know, most people, they just can't take it. They feel, how can I be broke? Come on. Anyone can be broke. It happens. Being broke is not something that is unique to just you. No, brother. No. Being broke is something that happens to anybody. It happens to anybody. But how you handle it will determine how you will come out of it. So the first thing you've got to understand is that it is not the end of the world. So don't treat it as such. It's just a passing phase. And if you can understand this, it will go a very long way to help you. That's the first thing you must understand. The second way in which you handle being broke is that you have to refuse to be sad or depressed about it. I know this may be difficult because when money is not there, people don't have joy. I mean, this is something that everybody have experienced. It's normal. It's normal not to be happy. But you see, don't become sad. Don't enter into the depression mode because you don't have money. Remember, you still have life. And the man who has got life has prospects to make more money. So refuse to be sad. Refuse to be depressed. Refuse to come to that point where you say to yourself, I want to commit suicide. No. It shouldn't come to that point because really, this is a matter that can be handled. I'm telling you, it can be handled if only you just position yourself and be patient to work things out. The third point that I wrote down here is that you should not allow being broke to reduce your self-esteem. A lot of times when people don't have money, the first thing that it does is that it destroys their self-esteem. They come to that point where they are no longer able to just carry on. They feel that they are not equal to the task. They are no longer able to believe in themselves again because they feel that they don't have money. But hear me, it is just money you don't have. You still have your life. You still have your potentials. You still have your skills. You still have family. You still have friends around you. There are lots of other things that you still have. Maintain that self-esteem. Maintain that confidence, because being broke should not define who you are. You get the point now? So that's something that you need to work on. The next point that I wrote down here is do an overall auditing of your financial condition. Most of the time, lots of people, they are just sad. They get very depressed, and they are not willing to truly look into that situation, to understand, to know exactly what is going on, why they are broke. They don't want to know why they are broke. So you should do an overall auditing of your finances. If you have made poor decisions in the past that led to that, make a decision to do an adjustment in that area. If you have invested in the wrong business, then you should make a decision to work on that so that it does not repeat itself next time. If you are in that place where you do not currently have a job, get to find out why you don't have a job. What are those things that the employers are saying to you? Is there going to be a need for you to improve or upgrade? All these are the things that you need to work on. Maybe the reason you are broke is because you took a credit card loan and you spent recklessly, or you have spent that money and now you don't know how to pay it back. Whatever may be the case, make that decision and do an auditing of your finances. Know where you are now, and based on that, you start coming up with a plan. The next point that I wrote here, invest your time in learning how to generate cash. Now, this is so important. Crying will not solve the problem. Being depressed will not solve the problem. The thing that will solve the problem is how to generate cash. So you need to start learning it. You need to be all out. Invest your time. A lot of times, one of the reasons many people are broke is because they don't have financial education. And this is one of the reasons I have packaged a free audio course titled The Power of Financial Education. I would love you to click on the link below and register for that course. It will go a long way to open your mind, so you get to know what financial education will do in your life. Invest your time in learning new things on how to generate cash. Don't stay with that old knowledge that you have about generating cash. Now, the next point that I wrote here is that you need to start something as soon as possible. Now, while you are investing your time, take action. Take action. Take action. That's one of the things that will help you. Don't fold your hands. Take action, because when you take action, it will go a long way to put things in position in your life. Take action. If there's a need for you to take action in the area of starting a business, or writing an ebook, or creating a course, or creating a digital product, whatever it is that you need to do, start immediately, because it will go a long way to help you. The next point that I wrote down here is that you have to be confident about the steps and the actions that you are taking. A lot of times, some people, they get so overwhelmed to the point that they don't believe that any step they take could produce any result. Listen, it shouldn't be that way. You must be confident of the steps that you take. You must be confident of the actions that you are taking, because these things, they go a long way to determine how far you are going to come out of that particular situation. And then the next point I wrote down is that you shouldn't give up. Don't give up. No matter what you face in your finances, don't give up. That's one thing that I want you to take home. Don't give up. Don't give up in your finances. Don't give up. No matter what you face, no matter how tough the situation becomes, don't give up. The reason is because if you give up, you will never get there. You will never come out of it. But if you keep pressing on, you keep trying, before long, you will definitely come out of it. Now, the last point that I wrote here is, don't be afraid to talk about it. A lot of times when people are broke, they hide it from their spouse, they hide it from their family members. It shouldn't be that way. There has to be somebody that you can confide in. You know, the other day I was watching a certain movie and a guy lost his job, and after losing his job, he just could not come home to speak to the wife. He went to the bar, drank, came back home. He couldn't speak to the wife. Every day he would dress up and go into the car, and he was cold calling different companies trying to see how he could fix things up. And all this while his wife felt he still had a job. Things began to deteriorate until one day the wife had to discover through someone else, and it became a big problem in their marital home. Why did that happen? Because he did not tell anyone. If you are broke, be willing to confide in somebody so you could be guided. You may not see how this translates into something big, but it does. When you are willing to open up, you have signed yourself up for solutions. A lot of times you may just need to lift the burden out of your heart, and this can go a long way to help you. So I want you to take advantage of this thing that I've shared with you. Listen to these videos. Listen to this video again and again. And listen to the points that I've mentioned here, because it will go a long way to help you, to comfort you. And I want you to know that I'm here holding your hands. I do not want you to give up. There is still a bright future for you. The possibility of you making it big is there. You just need to stand by yourself and for yourself. If you do this, I'm telling you, there will be a change in your story. Now, if you've gotten value from this particular video, I would love you to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share with your friends and families. Remember, when you share this video, you may just be helping somebody who has decided to commit suicide. You may just be uplifting somebody who have been weighed down because they are broke. Take advantage of this. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe before you step out, and hit the bell button so that when I post the next content, you'll be the first to receive it. So I speak to you again. Keep cracking the money code.